So this is about session 27. So in this session, we are going to discuss about tooltip and visualization in tooltip and comparison of new features with the old features of Tableau. So the objective for this session are, so what is tooltip in Tableau and how to create a viz in tooltip, and what are the new features and in the latest version when compared with the older version, and about the legends. So we are going to see all these four topics today. Okay, so tooltips are a fantastic way to add additional context or information to your view without taking up any precious real estate of the worksheet. Okay, so we have this data. Let's say I have taken category and sum of sales here. Okay, so I mean this is using this much of space. I mean I could say this much of real estate is being used for this much of information. So when you drag it to the dashboard also, it will take some amount of space and you can keep other sheets next to that. Okay, so this way it is taking you the less amount of space, and in tooltip you can show this information. In tooltip you can show different information. So not only let's say in this example I'm showing only the sales value. So even the user want to see profit value without disturbing the or without showing the profit value in the view, so we can show it in the tooltip. So whenever I drag, I'll just edit this. So there is some random data which is there. I'll just remove and put the category once again. Category and sales. Okay. So when you hover on this, basically it will show category and sum of sales. So I also want to see the profit information. So if I want to see profit information in the tooltip, so when I hover on that data point, so I see this information. So what is the data point that I'm hovering on? So it's a category, office supplies, and what is the amount of sales that you can see in a small box when you hover on that particular data point. So I also want to see more information about that office supplies. So let's say I want to see profit also. So here you can keep profit in the tooltip. So it will not be visible in the visualization. So, but when you hover on that particular data point, so you will be able to see with sales, you will also be able to see this profit value. So this way we can, without disturbing the visualization space, we can also show that information in the tooltip. So that's the importance of tooltip. This is a very like it will not consume any of the real estate of the dashboard. So you can use any number of worksheets, or so in tooltip you can add any number of information. So let's say if I want to show quantity also, so when I hover on that, I can also see quantity, profit, sales in the tooltip. And not only this text information, so we can also keep graphs as well, or the visualization also will be available in the tooltip. Let's say I have categories in this particular visualization where I have $839,000 of sales. And when you check for office supplies, I have $731,000 of sales. So in sheet one, I will go and I'll prepare something for category and furniture, and I'll prepare a bar chart and I'll sort it. Okay, so I have categorical and subcategory information in this sheet, and here I have only category information. So here I want to see how this $839,000 is split across the subcategories. So that information is available in sheet one. Okay, so here you could see in office supplies, you have these many subcategories. In technology, you have 4 subcategories. So in tooltip, currently we are seeing this information, category, profit, quantity, sales. But I also wanted to see the bar chart in the tooltip. So we can add Vision tooltip. So that is called as Vision tooltip. So we can add visualization tooltip. So I'll just remove whatever is there in tooltip by selecting all and clicking on delete. So here you can insert multiple things, and also you can insert sheets as well. So sheet 1, I'm trying to insert in the tooltip. So click on this. Okay, so it will write some query for that to get that sheet here and say okay. So now when I hover on that particular category, furniture or office supplies or technology, so I will be able to see the technology, what are the subcategories under the technology, and how this $39,000 is splitting across each and every subcategory. So I'm trying to hover on technology. Okay, so now I can see, so there are 4 subcategories under technology, and phones has the highest value and machines has the second highest value. Accessories is the third highest, and the copiers is the last value. I mean, lowest sales, which is giving the lowest sales in the technology category. So this information we can see it in tooltip as well. So not only that, I just as already we have categorical information here. So just remove category from this sheet. Okay, so that it will have only subcategories. And when you hover on that, and I also want to see the numbers. So label. I also want to see the label. So in labels also, what I will do is I don't want to see this entire number. I'll just want to see the K, or let's say thousands, instead of thousands, I want to see it as K. So just right click on the sales, sum of sales, and click on format. So go to pane. So pane is nothing but this thing, and axis is nothing but this one, this axis. This x-axis is called as axis. So whatever you want to format, if you want to format in the axis, you can go to axis and you can do the changes. But here I want to change in the pane. So that's why I'm selecting pane, and I will select numbers here, and I will go to number custom, and in display units, I will select K, and I don't want to see any decimals. I will make it 0. Okay, so this is the information I want to see. So so when I hover on technology, so there are 4 categories, and so this $839,000 is split across these 4 subcategories. And same wise, office supplies I can see, furniture I can see. So this is a process where we can keep Vision tooltip. Vision tooltip. So this is the new feature which got added in 10.5. Now it's not a new feature, but in 10.5, we started using it from 10.5. Okay, so this way we can visualize we can keep visualizing in the tooltip. So not only a bar chart. So let me just duplicate this one. So even if you have a pie chart, okay, so currently it has all the subcategories. Currently it has all the subcategories, and now it is showing you all. So whenever you hover on that, so in sheet 2, so instead of the sheet 1, now I will put the sheet 1 of 2, whichever I have created with a pie chart. So in sheet 1 of 2, I have a pie chart, and say okay. So now if you hover on it, so you can see this 4 technologies. And for office supplies, you have more than 4 technologies. So likewise, you can see, and you keep the label here. And I also want to see subcategory names. So put subcategory in the label. And also control select sum of sales and put it in the label. So you can see the subcategory name and also the value. So now if I go and hover it on, so I can see what are those 4 categories and what is the value, how this $39,000 is splitting across these 4 different categories, different subcategories. Even for office supplies, we can see, furniture also we can see. So this is the way where we can insert a visualization in Tooltip. So we can keep the worksheets in Tooltip, and not only in worksheets, we can also keep a lot of information in Tooltip. So we'll just see what all information we can keep. So we can keep whatever. So this will show you, by default, it will show you whatever is there in the row shelf or column shelf or in the marks card. So all this information we can show: category, sum of profit, sum of quantity and all, sum of sales. So all these things will be visible. And what all we can show: all fields not required. You can insert parameters. So whosoever logs in. So I'll just log in with my name. So let's log into publictableau.com. So I'm just logging into the publictableau.com, and so it will show our name. So let's say in Tooltip, logged in with, logged in as. Okay, so there is a process where so it will show the category if it is furniture or office supplies or technology. So while you hover on that particular data point, so it will show you which category it is. So we need to give a description about that. So it's a category, and this is quantity value. It will show that particular data point category sum of quantity. So we need to mention it as quantity. And for this, we need to mention it as profit. Profit. And this, we need to mention it as sales. Okay. As this is dynamic, this formula which is there in less than and which is in between less than and greater than. So this is a formula. So whenever you hover on any particular data point, these values will change. And whatever I have entered manually, category, quantity, profit, these are like names. So I just want to display the names. Let's say, yeah, sales for technology is $839,893. And what is the profit quantity? Those all information can be shown. So whatever is highlighted in this gray color, those are formulas. So this is a normal text which I have written. And we can also see who logged in. So logged in as, so you can see, select full name. And when you hover on this, so you can see I have logged in as Sagar Tumma. So that's why it is showing my name over there. So if you log in with your credentials, or if I log in with some other credentials, if I sign in with some other username, so it will show their name. So that's how we can put the names as well. And it will show title, whatever is the title of the worksheet, all those things. And sheet name if you want to keep, or workbook name. So let's say workbook name is book 1. So let's click OK. Say OK. When you hover on this, it will show workbook name also. So these are some of the informations. If you want to show it in Tooltip, you can show. So that's about Tooltip. And so whatever sheets that you create, so all the sheets you will be able to see it in the Tooltip. So you can insert any sheets in the Tooltip. So now that we have only 2 extra sheets, so it is showing you only those 2 extra sheets. And say okay. Yeah. So those all informations we can see. Okay, so how to create a viz in Tooltip? So basically, let's say in this case, what I have taken is, so I have taken a drill down option. So drill down in the sense from a higher level to, I'm drilling down to the next level, which is subcategory. So I have furniture, I have office supplies, technologies. I want to drill down to the next level, which is a subcategory. and how this $839,000 is splitting across the subcategories. So I'll just, what I have done is, I will just use in the other sheet, what I have done is, I have created a next level, which is a subcategory level information, the sales information. So that I will keep it in the sheets. Okay, so when you hover on this, what will happen is, in that sheet 1 of 2, actually it has all the categories. It has all the categories, which is office supplies, technology, all these categories are involved. But when I hover on this, specifically in that sheet 1 of 2, technology is getting filtered. Technology is getting filtered, and then you can see only 4 subcategories which is related to technology. In the same way, for office supplies, there are 7 or 8 subcategories for office supplies. Only those are getting selected. That means they are getting filtered, and you can see office supplies related information. But when you go directly to sheet 1 of 2, you can see all the categories. So all the categories, subcategories will be available in the sheet 1 of 2. Only when you are hovering on that particular data point, then only that filter is getting applied, and only those subcategories are visible in the tooltip. So that's about tooltip. So not only bar chart, not only pie chart, we can also keep different charts. So now I will show you in a tree map, and I will show you when you hover on that tree map, you should be able to see a line chart as well. So now let's see how to create a line chart in the tooltip. So now let me create, I'll take subcategory and I'll take sales. So click on show me button and click on tree map. Okay, here I will be able to see this tree map, and I'll name this as tree map. And in the next sheet, I will create order date. In the next sheet, I will create order date and sales. And I will select month and year, and I will do a swap. So whatever is there in months will be shifted to rows. Whatever will be in the rows will be shifted to columns. So here I can see these values, and I want to see only 1 year data. So I will select only 2020. Okay, so I want to do some formatting. I'll select these dots. So only these data points are getting highlighted. Okay, so this is a line chart. This is a line chart. Okay, so I'll go to tree map. When I hover on this, so by default, Tableau will show that whatever fields that I have dropped in this particular chart, only those information will be automatically shown in the tooltip as subcategory chairs, and sales is $335,768. So this will be by default. So if you insert profit also, let's say profit. Okay, so it will show profit also. Profit will also be added into the graph. So this way, whatever is there in the worksheet or whatever is there in the visualization, Tableau will automatically add that in the tooltip. But we can also edit the tooltip on however we want to see. And now I will add this line chart which I have created. So I'll remove these things and click on insert and go to here. So whatever sheets that are available in this workbook, apart from this tree map, so we are trying to put tooltip in this tree map only. So that's the reason tree map won't be shown in this sheets list. Other sheets apart from tree map you can see. So now I want to insert line chart. Say okay and hover on it. Okay. So now it is filtering on chairs for the 2020 data. And let me show you the difference. So I'll put the label. Okay, so when I hover on this, so I will be able to see chairs related line chart. I can see. So 2020, how these chairs are performing, how, and tables, how is it performing in the 2020, January, February, March. So that we can see. So the values are changing because of this filter is getting applied in the line chart. So this way we can make tooltip in the visualization. I'll just take a pause. So if you guys have any questions, otherwise we can continue to the next slides. Okay, Ravi, can you tell me? Yeah, go on. What detail? Sorry, this one. No, detail will not show. Tooltip is nothing but, so when I hover on that data point, right, you see one line chart is coming. This box is called as tooltip. Print screen. So when I hover on the part which the box which is coming, this one, this is called as tooltip. And sometimes we do see text. So let's say if I go to this, so this one. So in this case, this is tooltip. Okay, so in tooltip you can show text, or in tooltip you can show graphs like this. So whatever you put in details, na, so that won't be shown anywhere. In the graph it will change. Let's say if I'm putting state in the detail. Okay, so it is splitting across state. So you can see values are changed, and you can see there is a split for each and every state. So that you can see, and state is also added in the tooltip. Okay, so detail is something where if you want to add some columns into the visualization, but whatever you keep in tooltip, right, it won't change the visualization. So let's say state, if I put it in the tooltip, so it won't change anything. Okay, so whatever you keep it in tooltip, so it is to show the information in the this box. So it will not change the visualization. So it will just if the information is available in that particular area, it will show in the tooltip, but it will not hamper the visualization. But whatever you keep in detail, right, it will change the visualization. So let's say this is my tree map, and if I keep something in this, okay, this will change the dashboard. I mean, this will change the view. But if you keep any columns in the tooltip, let's say tooltip, I will keep this in the tooltip, it won't do anything. I mean, your visualization will not change. You can keep any number of columns in tooltip. So that will not disturb your existing visualization. If it is available, that information is, if it is available, it will show in the tooltip. Otherwise, it will not do anything. Is it clear? Yeah. Pages shelf is for automate, like it's like an animation. So let's say customer name, or let's put some state, and I'll remove this order date. Okay. So now I have all the months. So I'll do a play button. So currently it is showing for Alabama. Okay, line chart for Alabama. And when I say play, Alberta, you see this name is getting changed and the below chart is getting changed. Okay. So if you want to, it's like an animation. So if you want to play to the users, so what are the values for Georgia, Idaho, Illinois. So instead of clicking manually, you can just click on play button and all the states are keep on getting played. Yeah. So you can change the speeds also. So this is in 2 speed. If you want to increase it to 3 speed, this will be little faster. Or if you want to reduce the speed, make it 1 so that it will go slowly. And click on show history. It will show the history as well. So this way we can create the visualizations. I mean, this is to, so this animation mostly, clients won't use it. Why? Because it is very hard to stop at a particular time. Let's say if I want to see Ilianos, so I need to manually select again. So no one uses this option. But in some cases, if you want to showcase it in a different way, to show it like an animation, we can make use of this. Not only in line chart, for if you have a bar chart as well. Let's say bar chart. Yeah, so let's say play. I'll just make it as month. Yeah, so this way it will play for all the states. Okay. Okay, is it clear? Any other questions? Okay, so let's move. Yeah, Ravi. Sorry, can you repeat? What is the role of attributes? What is the role of measures and dimension? Is that what your question? Attribute function. Your voice is very low. Can you type in your question? Attributes. There is a function called attr. In Tableau, we have a function called attr. Are you talking about that function or so whenever if you, Mhm. Hmm. Sometimes let's say postal code is Tableau will identify it as a measure, as it will have some numbers, right? So let's say postal code. So this will be like 5 lakh 8, 5 lakh 1. So Tableau will understand this as a measure. So what we will do is, let's say this is a postal code which is coming as a measure. So here there is an option where you can convert it to a dimension. Attributes. So what exactly you mean attributes like? Attribute feature. In Tableau, it is this function only, attr only. So what ATTR is? So ATTR is a function when there is one value. So it will give you, let's say for state and city. Okay. So for there are states which have only one city. Okay, let's say attribute of city if I write this calculation. Okay, and I will write this as ATTR. Okay, so if there is only one value for that particular line item, so British Columbia is there, so there is only one city, and I'm also writing for attribute of city. So when there is only one value, that value will be written Vancouver, you will get the Vancouver. But for one state, you have multiple cities. So in this case, which city you should get? So the attribute function should have only one city. So then it will write only one city whenever it is one city. Other than one city, if you have more than one, it will give you asterisk symbol. So I'll just use this ATTR. Control Z. It So usually it gives, whenever it is one value, it will give you attribute. Okay, any other questions? Sorry? Attribute function. It's not distinct. So let's say state has one, my voice is echoing. Can someone go on mute? Hello? Yeah. So it's not making a distinct or something. So attribute function definition itself is whenever you have one value, then only it will write, let's say ATTR. So if you see the definition here, so it returns the value of the given expression if it only has a single value for all rows. So other than that, if it has more values, it will show as null. So let's say ATTR edit city and say okay. And if I also have one more column, like I need to have one more column which is location. I'll take postal code and then ATTR. And I'll also take region. Okay, I will get you one more example for this. So usually what happens is when you have more than one record which is similar, so then you will get asterisk symbol, which is star symbol. And if you have only one record for that particular combination, so that particular combination will be considered while using attribute function. Any other questions? Okay, so we'll just continue with the legends. So there are different types of legends are available in Tableau. So size legends, color legends, and shape legends. Okay, so legends are nothing but to identify which color is used by which type of category, and which size is getting accepted for which type of values. So here you can see the color legend is a small multi-line block of text describing what the colors in the structure mean. So let's say when we create any particular categorical data, and I'll take sales, and if I create this bar chart, or let's say pie chart. Okay, so each and every category is represented with a different color. So to know what is this color represents, so there is a color legend you can see on the right top. So furniture is blue, and that is getting highlighted here. And if you click on office supplies is in orange color, technology is in red in color. So this way we can identify three different categories with the colors. To know which color is getting colored with what category and all, that you can identify by using color legend. So these are called as color legends. And we also have size legends. So let me take a bar chart, and let me take this circle one and show. Let's right click on this. So I'll take some other example where I will put region, sales, and select the bar chart. And I'll also put sum of sales in the size. Okay. So by not only by length of the bar, by width of the bar also we can identify sales value. So that is based on the, so whichever has the highest value till $739,000. So that will be with this much of width, and $600,000 that will be with this much width. So for every size, so it has given a legend for that. So this way we can identify size also. That is about size legends. And we also have one more option, which is color shape legends. So if I put regions in the shape, okay, so each and every region is getting separated with a, yeah, so each and every region you can see with a different shape. And you can see that which shape is allocated to which region. So those all information we can see in the shape legend. So that's about shape legend. And we will see some of the key features which got added into 10.5. So Vision, Tooltip, and Hyper. These are the two main changes that happened in 10.5 version. So Vision Tooltip, which we have seen in the previous examples. So whenever we hover on some particular chart, so you can see the line chart as, or let's go to sheet 2. So here it is showing you pie chart when you hover on this. So this is a tooltip, Vision tooltip. This is called as Vision tooltip. So this option started coming from 10.5 version. So which will engage with your data at a deeper level and maximize dashboard real estate. Okay. So here, this is a small chart that I have. So if I put it in the dashboard, so this will take only this much amount of space. And when I hover on this, I'm also able to see this pie chart. So which will usually take this much of space. Okay, so this much of space is needed in the dashboard. So in that way, if we are showing some information in the tooltip, so that may we are making use of the space or making use of the real estate. Like you can put some other different charts which are important in the dashboard. So in that way, it is helpful to show the Vision tooltip. Am I audible? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Vision tooltip is about that. So that is added from 10.5, and Earlier to 10.5, we had an option which is .tde, which is Tableau data extract. Okay, so this is to store the data. Okay, so later after 10.5, we have got a new extension which is .hyper, which is 3 times faster extract creation. So whenever you create an extract, so usually it used to take more time in .tde. Now it is 3 times faster than the earlier one, and up to 5 times increase in query performance. And upgrade into Hyper is very seamless. And you can simply upgrade to Tableau 10.5 and no data migration is needed. So this way, in 10.5, they have migrated from .td to .hyper. Okay, so in key, sorry, any questions? Your voice is very low. Um, you mean how you were asking about Hyper? Mhm. Can you talk near to the mic? Okay, okay, sure, no problem. Okay, so in Tableau, they have added one more option where you can downgrade the Tableau version. So now you can revert your workbooks to an older version with improved workbook version compatibility. So sometimes what happens is, so you might get new version from the people in your organization. So sometimes you need to downgrade your Tableau workbook. So you can export as version. So there is an option called export as version. So when you do that, you can downgrade to whichever level you want to. So it has the option till 2021.1. And whenever I have taken this screenshot, so I had this options from 2018.2 to Tableau 10.2. So we have option like, so currently I have 2022.4. I mean, this version is 2023.1, and I can downgrade to these many versions. And some of the features might not work. So when you do this downgrade, and this is a feature that got added from 10.5 itself. So that this version downgrade system has started from the 10.5. So after 10.5, they started calling it as 2018 version, 2019 version, and 2020 version, like that. So earlier we used to call it as numbers like 9 version, 8 version, 10 version, and all. So after 10.5, we started calling it as 2018, 2019 versions. So for each and every year, there will be versions getting released, and .1, .2, .3 are the whenever there is a small changes, then they will, or bug fixes and all, they will do it on the .2, .3 and all. And in 2018.2, so we have like we got an option where we can keep transparent uh, worksheets. So I'll just show you how this transparent worksheet works. So let's click on this and let's put any particular, so tree map. Let's take this bar chart. Okay, so now we have this bar chart, and I'll keep an image in the background. We'll just make it float. This also I'll make it as float. floating. Okay, so I'll put some background image. So I'll put it in the floating mode and put an image. Say choose. Let's say I'll put this image. Say okay. Okay, so now I'll put this image in the background. So what I will do is click on this floating order. I'll send this to back, send to back, and send backward. Yeah. So all the sheets which are on top of this are coming up. Okay, but you see this sheet, this bar chart, we have this white space which is coming. So we can make this as transparent. So earlier we don't have this option to make this white space as transparent. So now we got this option. Just go to format, just click on shading, just observe this white space. So if I click on this none, okay, so it will remove all the white spaces. So I can skip it on the any particular this thing. Yeah, add the title. So this way it will be like you can put some background images. Let's say if you are doing some aviation type of charts, so you can put some background. In background you can put some airplanes, flights and all, and you can show the information. So like this, I can show any chart or I can put on any image. And let's say in this computer, or I'll take one more image. I'll take an image, say choose. Okay, I'll take this computer, say okay, and remove this. And I'll send it to backward. Okay, so that I can keep this image in the monitor. Okay. So this way you can design dashboards. Like it looks like a, so this chart is coming in this monitor. So you can design in such a way so that it looks good. So if you see a white background, so in this scenario, if you see a white background, it won't look good. So usually we used to have this like this type of information. So which looks like this monitor is different and the graph is coming different. So if you make it transparent, so it looks like this graph is coming in that monitor. Okay, so this way we can design our dashboards creatively. So not only this one, like depending on your organizational data. So if it is some MRI machines and all, so you can put MRI machine related backgrounds, background images on top of those MRI machines. You can put some graphs and all. Or if it is related to cricket information, you can put some cricket players images or bat and ball images and all those things. And on top of those images, you can keep these graphs so that it will be visually representable. So saying that we are showing some cricket information or aviation information, and these graphs are related to that. So that's how we can design our dashboards. So this feature got added from 2018.2. So we can do the transparent. We can make the tree sheets as transparent. Okay, so this way you can keep whatever images that you want to keep in the background. So yeah, so you can see the graphs on top of this. So Tableau has brought dashboard design to the next level with the ability to give worksheets completely transparent backgrounds. Unleash your creativity to build presentation ready dashboards that are visually stunning and effectively highlight your analysis. So it is like, you know how to write the calculation, you know how to write, how to fetch the data and all. Presentation is most important in Tableau. So after creating all the worksheets, so you need to keep all your worksheets in particular dashboard, and designing the dashboard is key in Tableau. So you need to design in such a way that it's very attractive. So to see the dashboard. So not only the data that you show, it has to be seen. I mean, it has to be interesting when you create any dashboard. And we can also, it has also, I mean, in 2018.3, they have also given navigation button. So click on navigation. So there is a button they have provided. So earlier we used to have this some workarounds to move from one worksheet to other worksheet. That is by creating the action filters. So we used to create some action filter to go from to move from one dashboard to other dashboard. So later they have provided this option. So I want to navigate to, so click on edit button, navigate to the dashboard too, and say okay. So alt click, hold the alt button and click on this. So it will take you to dashboard two. So from here to, if you want to go back, so you can directly click on dashboard one. But to the clients, what we will do is we will let them access the dashboard however we want to. Like first the home button will be there. From there, they can travel to dashboard one, dashboard two, dashboard three. And if they want to go to home button, so we'll just write the name as home and say okay. Okay, so Alt plus click on this. So it will take you to this dashboard one. So this way you need to have one process where you will have home button, and from home button to you can travel to dashboard one, dashboard two, dashboard three, like that. So here in the button you can mention, dashboard dashboard two. Okay, when you click on this, please click on this to go to dashboard two. So this is a tooltip which gives the information how it will go. Yeah, so please click on this to go to dashboard two. So what do you need to do? Alt plus click to navigate. So click on Alt and click on this. So you will go to this one and navigate to dashboard one. Alt plus click. It will go to dashboard. So this way we can use buttons. So this option also added in 2018.3. And okay, so 2019.1. So ask question and get an answer. Like we have Chat GPT and Google, if we type our questions and we'll get the answers. So in the same way, when we publish our data to the Tableau server, so in Tableau server also, we can ask questions like show sum of sales by category. So, I mean, I can't show this right now. Why? Because in Tableau server only we can do that. So if you type something like show sum of sales by category. So you can type like this, like we talk with Chat GPT or like we talk with Google. So we can talk to our data as well. So ask question. You can ask questions like this. So if I say show sum of sales by category, what it will do is it will create category and sum of sales, and it will also give you options what type of charts you want. You want bar chart, or you want line chart, or you want to show it as a pie chart. So three options it will show. I mean, in the Tableau server, here in the development, you can create any number of charts. Yeah, so yeah, that's about today's session. So where we have covered the Vision tooltip and the different types of features in the different versions. And we also have discussed about legends, size legends, color legends, and shape legends. So I'll just take a pause here. So if you guys have any questions. Yeah, Ravi, can you tell me what is the difference between dot hyper and dot TDE? Hmm. Yeah, perfect. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So earlier dot hyper only we called it as dot TD. I mean, so that dot TD is the earlier version's name. So before 10.5, we used to have dot TD instead of dot hyper. We used to have dot TD. So in 10.5, they're calling it as dot hyper, and they also have added more features. So which is three times faster than the earlier one compared to dot TDE. So if you compare to dot TDE, dot hyper is three times faster in extracting the data than faster extracting the data, and five times faster in performance. In performance. Okay. So dot TDE before 10.5, and after 10.5 version, it is dot hyper. Yeah. So that's about dot hyper and dot TDE. Yeah. So which image you're talking about? This image. You can take it from your desktop. Mhm. You can download. Even I downloaded it from the online only. I took this image, and you can download and you can keep it in your local PC and attach it. No, 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 you can't do that. You can keep a web page here like this, but you can't download images and you can keep it here. So like this, you can keep a web page. So if you want to keep images, just download it from separately in the browser, in some separate browser, and use this image button to get the images. This way you can use these images. Okay. Any other questions? Versioning? Hmm. What is the difference between 2018.2, 2018.1? What are the features that got added? All this will be asked in the interviews. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So you go to this type Tableau versions. Tableau versions, go to all releases. So you can see what are the new releases in that. So in 2023, what is the new release? So you can see the list. In 2022, what are the new releases? So if you want to see all the features, so click on this and you can see each and every minute information will also be available. So yeah, like this with an example, you can see. Okay, yeah. Okay, so okay, if you don't have any questions, so we can wrap this session. Okay, Narayan, you were telling something in the session. Okay. If you want, you can ask now. TWB? No, your voice is not audible. Okay, difference between dot TWBX and TWB, and there goes. Okay. Okay, I'll just do save as. So I can do TWB or TWBX. So let's say I have this file with me, and what is the data that I have connected to? Sample Superstore. So Sample Superstore is the data that everybody can have. Why? Because that is a saved data source in Tableau. So these three data sources you can get it. So if I save it in TWB or TWBX, that doesn't matter. So whenever if I connect to any local file that is there in my PC. So let's say I have connected to joins table, joins Excel file. So this Excel file is in my PC. Okay. And you don't have access to this file. And now if I save this as TWB file and I share this file across. Let's say I will save this file as session 27 and TWB. Okay, so now that I have saved this as session 27 and TWB, I shared across with you all. And when you try to open, it will throw an error saying this joints Excel file is not available. Okay, so whatever worksheets or whatever work that I have done, so you will not be able to see all these columns or whatever data is there in data pane. It will not open only. So it will just say this Excel is not available. Get this Excel and then try to open. So it will just give an option to select this file from your PC. So if you have this file, then only you can see the visualizations prepared by me. So whatever visualization that I have prepared by me, if I share this TWP file with you, and whether if you don't have this file with you, then you won't be able to see the visualization. So that's about TWB. That's about TWB. You need to have access to the data file. Otherwise, you won't be able to open the dashboard. Okay, let's say if I save this file in TWBX format. So I'll save this as TWBX format. session 27 only. I will save it as TWBX. Save it. Okay, now I will share this file with everybody, and they can see this dashboard. They can see this APAC 1600 value. They can see the data also. Everything they can see. Why? Because TWBX is a packaged workbook. It is a packaged workbook. So as it is a packaged workbook, it will have data plus visualization. So you don't need to have access to the file which I have connected to. So joints file, you don't need to have access for this. So it is in my desktop. So you don't need to have that access. Why? Because TWBX has compressed the data and attached the data to this workbook, this session 27 workbook which I have created. So it is attached data and the visualization. So if I send this file, so it is well and good. You can access this dashboard. And in TWB, you won't be able to have the access. So you won't be able to see the dashboard. Any questions? Not able to hear. Can you type in your question? Are you typing? While publishing to server TWB, so it doesn't matter. So in TW, while publishing to server, it might, so while server won't be able to see that those things. TWBX or TWB, it doesn't matter to server. What is matters is live and extract. So let's say TWB and TWBX is to save in our local machine. So TWBX and TWB, so these are options to save in our local machine. While publishing, you don't need to worry about TWB or TWBX. You just need to worry whether it is in live connection or extract connection. Okay, you can save it any way. So while publishing, are you publishing it in live connection or extract connection? That only we need to take care. So in desktop, if you want to save it as TWB or TWBX, it depends on us. So while publishing, so now currently it is in live connection. In Tableau public, it won't take this in live connection. I mean, you can't publish in live connection. Why? Because in Tableau public, it doesn't have access to my joins Excel file or this superstore. It won't have access. So in your organization, what will happen is you can publish with live connection also. Why? Because so there will be a connection between Oracle and Tableau server. So you can publish in live connection as well. So extract, why will I do extract is when I do extract, data is also getting attached to the workbook. So when I do an extract, data is also getting attached to the workbook. So that's why we do extract. So live connection, what it will do is it will directly connect to database. So that's the reason we need to point it to the SQL server or Oracle server. But when we publish to Tableau public, what happens is So there is no connection between the Excel file which is there in my desktop and Tableau public. So in Tableau public, it is getting published in uh, the browser. So that browser is not having any connection with the file that is there in my desktop. So that's why I'm doing an extract. So while publishing, that is the main reason I'm doing an extract. So in your organization, you don't need to do extract just because to attach the data. So in your organization or in many organizations, so there will be a connection between Oracle and Tableau server, or the files that you publish or the files that you connect to also, you can keep it in the shared folder so that Tableau server can access. So if you keep it in the shared folder, then Tableau server will pick the data from that particular shared location and data will get updated. So I can save it in any format. So it doesn't depend on the how you save it. It is depending on the live or extract. Is it clear? Live or extract depends on the project. Yes, mostly yes. And if you have millions of records, then we will use extract. So like more than like 10 millions, 20 millions, then we go for extract. For live, it might be taking some time. In most of the cases, we use live dashboards only. So let's say in some cases where you have requirement like your data itself is loading every month in SQL Server or in Oracle Server, you are getting the data by monthly. So then there is no point of refreshing it daily or weekly or hourly. So then we directly do an extract and we schedule the refreshes. Yeah. Any other questions? So actually, this all we have discussed in our previous sessions where we have discussed about extract and live connection. So all this were discussed. So I will share that video again with you so that it will be clear for you. Okay. So that's all for today. So we'll continue in the tomorrow session. Thank you all for joining.